Well, I live right here on Fairview, so this is of great interest to me. I look out at this every day, and this kind of seems to be a little bit of urban waste. And to reclaim it, whether we simply do some positive things with the water down there and rain gardens and maybe some community gardens, I just want to keep pushing for us to see a better vision for this and put some positive things in place where we can. Fairview, the design for what happened underneath Fairview, at this intersection of Fairview and 94, came from an era when this freeway design was very heavy-handed, and they plowed through with the freeway, and this when Fairview went underneath, they designed it just like it was a freeway, two very wide lanes on each side, under the 94 bridge. So it's designed like a freeway. Fairview winds up being designed like a freeway, and it's not a freeway. It's a street through our community, and at no point is Fairview that wide, and I don't think it would ever be successful being designed that wide in any other part of our community. But this part of Fairview is really forgotten. It's discontinuous with our urban fabric, designed like something completely different. So some of this design helps to step that down, and make it maybe be a place that people can inhabit. This is really important now because now there's an amenity. There's an amenity now on the other side toward University. The Green Line is there, and people from this neighborhood now can move to the Green Line station that's right at Fairview and University. But it's this big dip under the freeway makes it difficult. My wife, who rides the Green Line almost every day, will go up to Snelling to avoid that Fairview intersection a lot of the time. So she won't take that in the morning, and she won't take it when it's icy in the winter. So just as an example, people aren't using that Green Line station even when they're in close proximity to it. The design process is really one of Friendly Streets design process, of getting a lot of input from the community on the existing infrastructure and what people would like to see improved. The way they do it with showing people picture examples of things and having them respond to it. Oh, we do like this. Oh, we don't like this. And I have a background in architecture and architecture, placemaking, urban design with firms I worked with and my studies at University of Oregon. So we've taken and synthesized the ideas that Friendly Streets got from the community into 3 designs, this being the original, and then 1, 2, and then Land Bridge. I call these 2 the Gorge because we're really in this deep ravine that just appears in the community. And I call this the Fairview Field because suddenly, if you filled it all in, you would have this great open space. It's kind of a field to make use of. So there's a lot of call for art. There's a lot of call for better pedestrian experience, better bike experience. So it's incorporating different levels of how we could do that. Yeah, so talking about the way the street section would be bike lane, bike lane, bike lane, bike lane, and then opposing lanes of traffic. And that's fairly easy to achieve. They want Fairview to be a bike lane, and I think by taking out our right turn lane you could achieve that without affecting the parking that's been such a problem with Cleveland Avenue residents and businesses. Fairview has some narrow spots that really affect businesses here, so this design puts a bike lane on each side, as the city tends to do with this, and have opposing traffic. Currently down there, there's really a lot of concrete, and there are a lot of really great examples that we've come across of people doing murals to brighten up and make this kind of more inviting community space, give it some community identity and some lighting that can kind of do the same thing for the space, and potentially make it safer, because that's, when we first did the study, they had really bad old sodium lights in there, and through the process, the city or MnDOT, I'm not sure which, came along and replaced those with better LED lights. It feels a lot safer down there just with that tiny change. But the crossing Fairview and Marshall is a bit dangerous to go to the library across the street, which my kids love going to the library, except for cars are not all that careful, so the pedestrian experience is of concern to Laura, my wife, who crosses the street every day. The land bridge is a fairly enticing way to take back space that's been claimed by freeways, and allow for connections that that history has taken away from us. This came about when looking at just kind of what space we were talking about. This space that became what I call the Fairview Gorge, the place that was displaced here, is about the size of our Merriam Park, and reclaiming it makes a lot of sense, because the things that are now bridges way up in the air and paths of travel, now come back to the old grade. And so bike lanes and pedestrian sidewalks would be at grade and connect up, providing a really easy, what we might consider more normal route to the Green Line, and really just connecting across our neighborhood. Plus, if a flat surface here would give a lot of space back to the community.